and welcome to the online Year 2 Meet the Teacher. My name is Miss Aylward. I am new to the school, but I have taught in Year 2 previously. We also have Mrs Ailes who will be in class with us too. Independence is key for children, especially as they're ending the nearer key stage 1. Year 2 children are now developing greater independence, and they've certainly developed even since starting last week. In the mornings, they need to come in, they need to organise themselves quickly, get their resources ready so they can start at 9 AM. Each day, they need to bring in their school coats, snack, water bottle, and pack lunch if they're bringing one. Homework we will have uploaded on a Friday and still needs to be completed by the following Wednesday so we can have a look. PE days are Monday, which I teach, and Wednesday we have someone coming in to deliver a great lesson for the children. Anything the children bring in, uniform, footwear, drink bottles, PE kits, absolutely anything, please make sure they're clearly labelled, so if we find them or they go missing, we can return them to the owner. Every school day is quite similar, but there will be small changes each day, but generally every day we have a morning task. We will also have meditation throughout the day. We always do reading activities or guided reading alongside English and maths. We do daily mile, and we have just implemented that before lunch, so they work up a good appetite. We do spelling or phonics, our foundation subjects such as art, music, history, geography, and also plenty of story time. We have already finished Fantastic Mr. Fox and the children loved it. Some other key information: reading books will go home on a Friday, 2 or 3 books, alongside a sheet where you can record their reading. That does not need to be brought in until the following Friday, where it will go into a box in the classroom and left over the weekend to then be cleaned, and myself and Mrs Ailes will have a look through their fantastic reading. The school is still doing their certificates and rewards for values and postcards and merits, so children still have some fantastic things to work towards. Housekeeping is as normal, along with the added extra of washing our hands or sanitising our hands regularly. Children also have their own resources, making sure they're kept in their own trays, so keeping everything nice and separate. We do have our communication boxes outside every morning for you to drop your notes in. Handwriting in school across the whole school is cursive or joined up. It raises the standards in writing and it impacts throughout the whole school. It develops the children's confidence in writing and also their accuracy, fluency with their presentation. It can help in many ways. It minimises confusion as the children have lead-in lines to start the letters and also little flicks or lead outlines at the end. They naturally flow into each other and it helps them joining their writing easily. It also encourages spacing, which we call finger spaces between words, as the child has to stop a word and then leave a gap to start the next one. It's great for visual memory, which can help with spelling. You're visualising that movement in your head. And also, no matter what the child's academic ability, all children will be writing with their cursive writing. Supporting your child at home is key. Encourage them to become more independent. You could ask them to put their washing away or make sure they're tidying up their toys, doing some chores, just giving them that little bit of independence at home. Reading is just so important. Please try to listen to them for at least 10 to 15 minutes every day. It might be before bed, or if you've got time in the morning or in the car, any time that suits you, but please read as much as you can. Doing homework every week, it's a consolidation of the week's work or learning. We'll always have an English or a maths activity, and then there'll be something maybe to think about or talk about sometimes, and also your spellings weekly too. We do encourage them to do their homework independently, but also please try and sit with them, support them. We don't want it to be a daunting experience for them. Having worked in Year 2, these barriers are common and are visual every year. So spellings, vocabulary, handwriting and times tables. You can support this at home. Again, reading. It might be a book, a letter, a magazine. It might be a shopping list. It might be the subtitles if you're watching a programme. just seeing those words and reading as much as possible. That will help with their spelling because they'll be able to visualize those words. They'll also be able to see patterns in spellings, which will help their vocabulary, and you can do lots of activities or practice these words from our spellings. If they're writing, please encourage their cursive writing. And also practicing times tables can be as simple as counting in 2s, 5s and 10s. In class, I like to use songs and videos, really engage the children and helps them remember those 2s, 5s and 10s. As I said before, we know communication is key. You might need to ask us questions or pass on messages, but unfortunately mornings are quite busy. So please leave those in the communication box outside and I will respond to them where necessary and when I can. If you do need a long discussion, then we can arrange a meeting too. Your children may have come home saying or singing about the power of yet. It's something I'm really passionate about in my class. Just because you can't do something now, it doesn't mean you can't in the future. You just can't do it yet. It might take a day, it might take a week, it might take a year. But I've told the children we just always persevere and we will get where we want to be. Your children have settled in wonderfully already to year 2. There's new challenges, new expectations, and I'm sure they will just progress throughout the year. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I know there are concerns and queries at this time, but if you have any questions, there will be an email for you to give your questions to. So thank you very much, and I look forward to the year ahead.